show. I'm Lando Sanders on hand, joined by Taylor, Reflections Noble, and Tyler Trooper Schumann. Sorry, I had to end. We were kind of working with it a little bit. We did it. We got it right. We're all figured out.
How you feeling?
Feeling excellent. I'm just. You guys seem like way more like relaxed, and I'm just ready, like on the ready, just trying to cast. I mean, I'm excited to jump into the action for sure.
The typical gamer was able to get earlier. He is at 8 eliminations. Thieves is at 1. That puts them at 9. That is one of the best salty starts we have seen.
You hear him gassing his team up. Yeah, go at it. You have all the right in the world to do that. He is just going nuts with that double barrel. As we switch on over now to FaZe. Look at that.
Give me that.
Bashing right in to the one by knock. He didn't even use the side with the door. How rude. Taking out that player. Now he gets to loot this first guy that he was able to take out as well. If you're Thieves and Typical Gamer, right now this is basically all up to Thieves. This game is getting so late right now, and you also have to take into account not only is this fight so far from outside the storm, he has to win, get that cart, and get back out of harm's way. I don't know if he is going to be able to. He does already, though, have that. I believe I have the cart already, so he's just focusing now on the fight. Let's see if he's going to be able to take that skin. He does. That guy, the iconic skin. You just paid $1,000 to get clapped, son. How can you do such a thing?
Fuego coming from Trooper over here, letting them know. And that opponent is going to be kept at bay for the time being.
If he comes back and wins this with the double barrel, they are going to unvault it officially for the game tomorrow.
You think so?
Permanently.
Stranger things have happened.
There is no doubt about it. That reboot's going to take a lot of time that you just don't have to really give. And right there, he's trying to cut the potassium out of his diet. Does not connect on those shots on Banana Man. And going to have to back up a little bit, regroup. He wants to make sure that he can stay alive and take this as carefully as he can. He also has no mats. I mean, he's got enough for one metal wall. That's about it. That's about as far as I might get in some fights. So that's max material for me in my situation. But for him, he needs a lot more right now. There was really nobody there within range. He was finding really bad loot. Even now, his loot isn't really that excellent. So I'm assuming he's going to at least try to best these players and see what they came up with on their drop. And he already does connect with a nice shot here. Doesn't seem like he has anybody coming up to his side. He already has one down with that high point advantage, looking to build back up, but instead dropping down. I think he only has this one-on-one to worry about. Make that a 2-on-1 as one is still healing up his teammate right there, but lets the other one go. No time to help that one. He did drop a double barrel there, which is the unvaulted weapon for the day. No time to even scoop that up, as he is just going to W key, try and force this push, and
I think
looks
he fell.
like
He fell.
Yeah, okay.
Oh no!
He even little slip right there on the side.
Okay.
Could not hang. I mean, when you lose a build battle to yourself, what else can you say about that? Trying to avoid myth. This section of the bracket, I mean, like you said, it's the trenches, that gauntlet that you have to run through. I call this area of the bracket the stream ender, because you see so many people end the stream once they're completely done, double elimination. It's a shame. It ends a lot like once you're playing. I mean, obviously a lot of these players have been playing for hours, competing and stuff, especially when you get late into this bracket. But it's so deflating when you do lose that game too, especially if it's early on. Like, you might even be on like, all right, guys, Friday Fortnite all night, and then next thing you know, within an hour, you're hosting one of your friends. So yeah, it's something that you gotta keep that mindset. That you gotta keep your mental, obviously. Keep it in a good place because that definitely leaks into your actual gameplay as well. 2 rounds later, they're warmed up, so I'm going to probably see even better gameplay out of them, and by God, is that jellyfish glider the most gorgeous thing you've ever seen in your life. I feel so bad if you own that glider and you're on like an original Xbox One. Your frame rate, I feel so bad. Your frame rate's going to be the first to go in that game.
It's like, I look great, I have 2 FPS, but I'm rocking it out. I'm doing all I can.
I can't see it, but everybody else can. That's the
It just looks like a bunch of pixels just all surrounding each other like a parade of some sort.
As they were just trying to get their bearings back. And obviously you could see Typical Gamer, FaZe Thieves completely off the map now. I'm wondering, is this ever happened? This seems like a legit strategy. Taking your opponent's reboot cards, starting to activate the reboot, but not bringing them back in the game, and only using the sound that it emits to try and maybe lure players nearby. Because let's be honest, you hear that go off and people just dart to your location knowing, hey, this guy's at a disadvantage, let's push him right now. I mean, you could honestly kind of pull like a cheeky little play, I think, if you might want to go all the extra mile for something like that.
My only issue with that, which I like the idea of, and if you're in late game, I think it would work out very well. My only thing would be that what if your teammate goes down and then you have to pick up his reboot card? Then everyone's back in the game.
That's the only way.
But it could work. Right? And that's a situation that you're kind of thinking long game. Hey,
honestly, I respected creativity. Trooper coming out. I've never thought about doing something like that to bait your teammates out. I've thought about maybe going for elimination farming or something like that. But hey, you never know.
Yeah, this is actually an interesting scenario to be in right now. He finds a gun that's not even going to be in the game tomorrow. He has to deal with it right now and just use it to the best he can with virtually no practice, no preparation right here. It's the only thing he has to fight. You can't even shut that door because of it's actually damaged on the map itself. Yeah. So right now he's getting shot in the back, able to down that first player, following up with the second shot, and then able to steal those minis he saw him throwing down.
Woo,
look at that,
wow.
Jumping on top of the tree.
Oh, no.
Plenty of time if he wants.
Down, yeah.
But look at that, doesn't take fall damage, landing on the tree. This is amazing maneuverability. No one's going to find him right now as he had just enough time to get out of dodge, get some more mushrooms now to add to his shield count here. I mean, with academics down right this early in the game, I mean, Destroy has been playing very well, but right now he's in kind of a rough spot if he wants to get a lot more players, even though they're walking right into him. A full team showing up now. He's getting shot in the back right as he downs a player. Let's see if he's going to be able to stay with it right now. Only with 2 shotguns to boot. Double barrel in the face. Still has 1 to go, but he has to now switch to that double barrel and reload it if he has a few seconds of his time here. He's going to just pickaxe this player knowing that he doesn't want to waste the little amount of ammo he has for the shotguns.
So good.
Still going for these shots. Still somehow staying alive and finishing off these remaining players here in Dusty Divot, stamping his name on this location.
5 elims, meanwhile, in the elimination feed. Megan will get it, and that's going to be the
heartbranker.
End. Destroy goes
that's
down.
The way
off
that he
of
gets
the
lost right there.
And you heard me saying, oh no, off the start,
Yeah.
because he was going for the supply ship.
Yep.
And he dropped a little bit too low, but he was at a perfect descent to land on it and potentially get the loot that was on it. But I believe he looked down to check his phone for maybe a text. And because he looked down to check his phone, he didn't get the elevation he needed to land on that ship. And because of that, he didn't get the loot he wanted, nor the drop he wanted. And then he had to double back and come down to Dusty, which is highly unfortunate.
That literally could have been a $10,000 text message.
I 100% agree.
It was the player that downed him saying GG, and then he sniped him right after.
Vegas, just like, hey, man, check your phone. Why?
That's legitimately happened to me before. One time I was playing Gears of War back in the day in Gears 1. I got an Xbox message from somebody I didn't recognize. They were in the game. And then I opened the message, and he basically said, I'm about to chainsaw you. And then when I went back, he was hiding behind me.
Oh, my God.
Ready to chainsaw me.
No way, really?
I swear.
That's
so
crazy.
that was the day where I realized, like, either A, turn off my notifications, or B,
just
improve my reaction time maybe a little bit or something.
Oh, man, that's so unfortunate.
As he's trying to find another angle, does get the second player down. Now going to have to try and fight his way through those builds and try and track that last player. But no need to get insanely aggressive. Look at how close he was from getting boogied right there. I imagine they were going to bash their way into his box, but he catches his breath just for a second. And now one wall separating them. He edits and gets a nasty shot through the window. But can he stay alive as he does get shot from a distance and able to just barely get those shields off in time?
They're going to have a huge lead going into game number 2, and Ninja and Sway, they're going to struggle to recover.
Man, this area reminds me. I miss Greasy Grove, man.
I do too.
Look how they massacred my boy. Like this area is just covered in ice. I mean, it's completely used to just get far and fast away from a place like Polar
Peak. It turned into a parking lot. Like
it's a shame to see. But I mean, that's why it's so surprising to see a team here. I think that's only like the second time tonight we've seen any teams making a rotation through that area. It's kind of a no man's land.
There are players around this area, and Zexro very clearly is displeased. Finally gets his chance, takes down one, trying to get toward his side, but just so many.
That last fight, I could hear Zexro complaining. You could tell he was going from box to box, editing, and he couldn't exactly put his finger on where the player was that he was trying to track, and you could hear him starting to freak out, like, why can't I find him? And that was because there was a whole other team that just landed on them, throwing the audio in every direction. He had no idea what to expect, and then he just got hammered from that. So, I mean, lucky break right now for Ninja and Sway. I mean, and huge amount of fans I know are watching, trying to show them love, new duo, and the way that Sway has been playing in the last few Friday Fortnights, and of course Ninja, the man that has played in so many of these. I mean, this is a team that you know, if you're going to have somebody like this, like that you're going to go against, you need to make sure that you're not losing these engagements this easily when you go on these splits. With Zexro on that high ground still, getting one down and then getting shot, it looked like from the air. Either a player landed on the tree or somebody had built nearby that had a little bit of a higher ground, somebody potentially sniping him from that mountain area as well. But now with people also on the bottom near that gas station here, they're trying to scare that man hiding behind one wooden wall. Finally building a little bit of extra defense here as these two members are now able to regroup and wait for the next engagement. The first double barrel shot comes in, but the second one, no time to follow up, and down goes Zexro. So now Arkham, it's going to be up to him now to save the day.
Toward the outskirts of Salty Springs, and the first one is beginning to come in their line side as Ninja gets taken down and Neo tilted, but adversity is not just on one side, it happens to be on the other. As that communication still coming in from Ninja, trying to be that support system, doing all he can to make Sway feel a lot more comfortable, but here come the shots, and he does get taken down from the backside.
Yeah, it was a pretty ambitious drop for them. Maybe a little too overly optimistic there because, obviously, I suspected that game, we were going to explode with eliminations. I think we all did. But, man, that might have been one of our lowest scoring games of the day if it wasn't. And, man, them both suggesting or essentially guessing that they were both wanted to drop tilted, both going there, I don't know if they took into account that and either of them, they didn't suspect either of them were going to drop early. Right. So right away, you could see, that changes up everything. Now, Sway was constantly on the run because he was trying to not only get Ninja's reboot card, he had to find better loot. He had to get shields and healing items. Yeah. I mean, there was way too much to take care of in such a hostile area of the map. And like you said, it would have been way better if they maybe had played the intro to that game a little bit slower. I mean, they were gifted this game too, essentially, nearly tied. I mean, only a couple kills off. They had they had to get out of jail free card for that. They could have just easily used their mulligan and tried again, just keep it low key. But man, they went full bore into tilted. Unfortunately, does not work out every time.
Yeah, definitely does not. Like we said, guys, and I'd like to imagine that TG is up in that conversation as well. Like we said, these guys are calm, cool, collected. Storm at their backside, and he's feeling so good. He's just singing. He's laying out a few tunes. Lovely voice.
You love to
like
see
an
it.
Angel. Fantastic stuff coming in from these two, and look at that. Nice. They are just running at their perspectives, running in to their ADS shotties.
They doubled the numbers that they typically get, and I got to say, it's very encouraging, especially because they're one of the OG duos.
Yeah, I mean, getting that many kills at this level, I mean, it's so impressive that you could tell they were really feeling themselves in that game towards the end there. They were getting super confident. The comms were really on point, too. And they
especially the singing was good, too.
Right. That on top, beautiful, by the way, awesome. You also notice how relaxed those comms sounded. A lot of those players, when they get into those fights, constant engagements, one after the other, they'll be like, oh, on me, or on me, on me. And it really is it a call if you don't repeat it 3 times in a row. That's really how it goes. So, but they were cool, calm, collected that whole game. I mean, really, at this the 23-point differential now, all they have to do is exist in this next game. They don't really have to do much of anything else.
That's
true.
And they pretty much got this in the bag.
Not bad at all. Zexro trying his best to keep his team alive.
And until those last few eliminations right there by Zexro, I mean, even him and Typical Gamer, they had virtually no builds. I mean, we've been seeing that a lot in these past few games where the severe lack of builds in the early game, that's how focused these players are getting on just solely trying to get these early game eliminations and just trying to get a leg up. They're trying to catch everybody essentially with their pants down, no proper loot, trying to get them with just maybe a great pistol, just catching them completely off guard and not focusing enough on also taking care of themselves and making sure they have enough material for any possible third parties that could come in. Right now, here comes another lack of build. So luckily, he's able to transfer from the sky-based tunnels here, from these wind tunnels, and gets shot right out of the sky. Oh, that is a heartbreaker. I thought he got away, and now Zexro is the last man standing in this game.